and gentlemen, welcome to our 9 p.m. English News edition. Here are the headlines. This morning, fruitful talks between President Guelleh and Macron at the presidential palace. And to the international news in DRC, UN Security Council renews MONUSCO's mandate. The detail in this news. Welcome to our newsroom, ladies and gentlemen. As I mentioned in the titles this morning, French President Emmanuel Macron was warmly welcomed by his counterpart, President Ismail Omar Guelleh, at the presidential palace. A symbolic moment marking the beginning of a meeting with a strong diplomatic and strategic dimension. The welcome ceremony, filled with solemnity, was meticulously orchestrated to the sound of the national anthem of both nations and the national brass band. The two heads of state expressed their determination to strengthen Franco-Djiboutian relations. This gesture, more than just a protocol, illustrated mutual respect and a shared will to build a common future despite the current geopolitical challenges. This official visit represents a turning point in bilateral relations, opening the way to pragmatic cooperation and a lasting partnership. A meeting where the future of France-Djibouti cooperation is being written in a context of economic security and diplomatic opportunities.
يا قريمو قادر وينو قرتكو سوري وانا قابكاتكو قادي الكين دفتكو كوكو قيرين يا قريمو قادر وينو قرتكو سوري
Monsieur le Président de la République, un détachement de la garde républicaine vous rend les honneurs. Commandant Souleymane Officier, commandant des troupes, absorbe Monsieur le Président.
Earlier in the day, the two presidents continued their discussion in the more intimate setting of a private one-on-one meeting away from the pomp of the ceremonies. Ismail Omar Guelleh and Emmanuel Macron engaged in a direct and candid dialogue. This exchange laid the foundation for a deeper strategic cooperation, politics, economic security, education. These were among the topics discussed with openness and a shared vision. This one-on-one discussion, more than just a diplomatic encounter, allowed for the outlining of a broad contours of an allies that transcends geographical boundaries. The discussion then took on a new dimension with the meeting expanded to include the delegation of both countries in an atmosphere of complete cooperation. Both sides explored the many facets of enhanced collaboration. The issues at stake were numerous: regional security, sustainable development, and the strategic potential of Djibouti as an economic crossroads. Infrastructure projects, investment, and partnership took a center stage, reflecting a shared determination to build strong and lasting ties. It was especially on the issue of security that the two nations affirmed their joint commitment to stabilizing the region, particularly in the face of the security challenges in the Horn of Africa. A meeting that, beyond the discussion, solidified affirmed allies ready to shape a future of shared prosperity together. Following an expanded bilateral meeting between the delegation of both countries in presence of President of the Republic of Djibouti, His Excellency Mr. Ismail Omar Guelleh, and the President of the French Republic, Mr. Emmanuel Macron, a declaration of intent was signed. The two heads of state signed a declaration of intent regarding two strategic projects, including the construction of a second international airport, a project that aims to make Djibouti a hub for regional and global connectivity, facilitating trade exchanges and enhancing the country's economic attractiveness. This new airport will not only represent a modernization of infrastructure, but also serve as a major lever for the economic and tourism development of the region. Another particularly innovative aspect of this declaration of intent concerned cooperation in the field of space. After the signing of a historic agreement between the two heads of state, Mr. Ismail Omar Guelleh, President of the Republic, and Mr. Emmanuel Macron, President of the French Republic, the two presidents proceeded to a press conference room for a joint statement. During the conference, the President addressed several key issues in the bilateral relations between France and Djibouti, notably security and peace in the region. They also discussed the strategic importance of Bab el-Mandeb Strait for global trade and regional stability. The two heads of state reaffirmed their commitment to regional cooperation, particularly in the fight against terrorism and strengthening of maritime security. The issue of the Middle East was also raised. Furthermore, they highlighted progress in space cooperation and the project for the construction of the new large international airport, an emblematic project for the development of Djibouti. In his speech, the President of the Republic of Djibouti, Mr. Ismail Omar Guelleh, emphasized in his words the importance of the historical and exceptional relations between the Republic of Djibouti and the French Republic. He clarified that these relations are based on a unique strategic partnership characterized by close collaboration in various areas. President Guelleh recalled that all over the years, France and Djibouti have built strong ties founded on shared values of mutual respect, regional stability, and international cooperation. He also mentioned the importance of strengthening this partnership in the coming years, particularly in the context of current global challenges, including those related to maritime security, the fight against terrorism, and the rise of new technologies. Furthermore, Mr. Guelleh emphasized Djibouti's commitment to continuing to develop its strategic potential as an economic and logistical crossroads, while reinforcing the foundation of an even deeper cooperation with France. He added that this bilateral relation is a model of mutual beneficial cooperation capable of meeting future challenges and addressing the growing development needs of the region. For his part, Emmanuel Macron reaffirmed the importance of the historical relations between France and Djibouti, emphasizing their exceptional and lasting nature. He clarified that his visit is part of a shared desire to strengthen the ties of friendship and cooperation between the two countries, which are based on solid foundation inherited from several decades of collaboration. President Macron discussed the key areas of this cooperation, notably Djibouti's strategic role as a geographical and economic crossroads, as well as France's role as a key partner in supporting Djibouti in its future projects. He also added that this visit marks an important step in expanding bilateral partnerships, particularly in the field of security, sustainable development, and new technologies. He also highlighted France's commitment to supporting Djibouti in its efforts to strengthen regional stability, particularly in maritime security and the fight against terrorism, which are common priorities for both nations. In conclusion, Mr. Macron stated that this visit aims to solidify a long-standing friendship and open new avenues of cooperation for the years ahead, with the goal of building a shared future based on exchange, trust, and mutual prosperity. After a warm welcome followed by a cordial one-on-one and much more than just a diplomatic exercise, the President of the Republic of Djibouti and the President of the Republic of Djibouti, His Excellency Mr. Ismail Omar Guelleh, marked a memorable step in bilateral relation with his counterpart Emmanuel Macron by awarding him the highest honor of the Republic of Djibouti. In a powerful symbolic gesture, President Ismail Omar Guelleh elevated Emmanuel Macron to the rank of Grand Dignitary in Order of the Great Star of Djibouti, the highest honor of the Republic of Djibouti. This exceptional recognition reflects not only Djibouti's personal regard for the French president, but also the depth and strength of the relations that have united the two nations for decades. This gesture symbolizes the deep and strategic relationship between Djibouti and France, based on a unique historical, cultural, and geopolitical ties. These relations are further strengthened by a multifaceted cooperation in the military, economic, education, and cultural fields. And now the President of the French Republic, Emmanuel Macron, left Djibouti today, marking the end of an official visit rich in exchanges and strategic commitments. For his departure, he was accompanied by Djibouti's international airport by Prime Minister Abdelkader Kamel Mohamed, along with several members of the Djiboutian government. During his stay, Emmanuel Macron held talks with President Ismail Omar Guelleh, President of the Republic of Djibouti. This discussion led to a signing of a major memorandum of understanding on the construction of a new international airport and increased cooperation in space exploration. This departure symbolizes the strength of the ties between France and Djibouti, paving the way for a lasting mutually beneficial collaboration between the two nations. This morning, Jean-Noel Barrot, France's Minister for Europe and Foreign Affairs, and Dr. Nabil Mohamed Ahmed, the acting Minister of National Education and Vocational Training, inaugurated a new building at the Lycée Joseph Kessel. The event was also attended by representatives from the French Embassy, the AFD, senior officials from MENFOP. The ministers emphasized the importance of education for developing the skills of young people and securing the future of the nation, as well as France's role as key partner in supporting education, particularly in French-speaking countries. Lycée Joseph Kessel provides an education aligned with French standards, allowing students to receive quality education while remaining grounded on their own culture. The new building, designed to accommodate 1,400 students, features classrooms equipped with advanced technology, recreational spaces, and sport facilities. This inauguration represents an investment in education and a symbol of the bilateral relation between France and Djibouti, of reinforcing the cultural and education links between the two nations. It reflects a shared commitment to building a promising future for younger generation, making education a key lever for sustainable development and international cooperation. The Lycée Joseph Kessel recently inaugurated an ambitious new building designed to accommodate up to 1,400 students. This modern infrastructure is much more than just a learning space. Particularly notable aspect of this project is its commitment to sustainability. The construction of the building adheres to strict environmental standards, integrating sustainable technology to minimize the climate impact. After the speech by the French and Djiboutian officials at the inauguration ceremony, the officials from both countries had discussion with the school's management and students. Interesting exchanging took place between the two parties in the courtyard, and the enthusiasm was palpable on the faces of those engaged in those conversations. This inauguration represents not only an investment in education but also symbolizes the strengthening of bilateral relations between France and Djibouti. It highlights the close cooperation between the two nations in culture and education, and emphasizes the historical ties that unite them. The French minister present at the inauguration expressed a shared vision to build a promising future for younger generation by placing education at the heart of this ambition. He affirmed its essential role as a lever for sustainable development and international cooperation. This new building at Lycée Joseph Kessel, he said, is not just a physical structure. It embodies the hope and aspiration of a youth that deserves access to quality education aligned with contemporary challenges. The acting Minister of National Education, Dr. Nabil Mohamed, delivered a speech in which he emphasized that this initiative reflects the Djiboutian government commitment to improve access to quality education for all, with particular focus on the importance of investing in education for sustainable development and for the future younger generation. The acting Minister of Foreign Affairs, Mr. Ilyas Moussa Dewale, addressed the strategic collaboration between Djibouti and its international partners and France, particularly in the field of education. He highlighted joint effort to improve access to quality education. During the inauguration of the new Lycée Joseph Kessel headquarters in Djibouti, in the presence of the French Minister of Foreign Affairs, the Minister for Higher Education and Research, and Djibouti Minister of Economy and Finance, Mr. Ilyas Moussa Dewale, France and Djibouti took a new step in their bilateral cooperation. On this occasion, a €12 million grant was signed between the French Minister for Foreign Affairs and the Djiboutian Minister of Economy, Mr. Ilyas Moussa Dewale. The main objective of the project is to strengthen the regional councils as a central actor in local development so that they can effectively respond to the needs of the population and contribute to a harmonious and inclusive regional development. Local development financing, this component ensures that the investment regional council meets the real needs of the population. This project in the signing of the grant mark a new step in the strong relation between France and Djibouti based on shared values of solidarity. And this morning, for part of the French delegation accompanying the President Emmanuel Macron during his 48-hour official visit to Djibouti, visited the Douda site, home to the wastewater treatment plant. The delegation was led by Jean-Noël Barrot, French Minister for Foreign Affairs, and included a senior French official. They were welcomed by the Djiboutian Minister of Agriculture, Mr. Mohamed Awali, along with the Director of the General Manager of the Djibouti Water and Sanitation Office, Mr. Fouad. During the subsequent meeting, representatives from the French companies involved in the project also participated in the discussion. The Djiboutian Minister expressed, the Minister of Agriculture expressed his satisfaction with the visit and the strengthened cooperation between the two countries, particularly regarding the second wastewater treatment plant in Damerjog. The Djiboutian Minister, Mr. Mohamed Ahmed Awale, Minister of Agriculture, responded during the visit, stating that it is part of the master plan for sanitation with the aim of developing 3 wastewater treatment plants through cooperation with international partners, including the French Development Agency, AFD, and the European Union. This initiative, he added, demonstrates the shared commitment to improving sanitation infrastructure and ensuring a more sustainable future for Djibouti. Another national news, the Republic of Djibouti reached a historic milestone in its space program today with the launch of its second nanosatellite, Djibouti 1B, from the Vandenberg Space Force Base in California. This launch, carried out aboard SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket, marks another significant step in the country's technological ambition. Designed to complement its predecessor, Djibouti 1A, the Djibouti 1B nanosatellite strengthened effort to collect environmental, climatic, and seismic data. It enabled enhanced real-time monitoring of natural resources. The launch is part of the space program initiated in 2020 by President Ismail Omar Guelleh, aiming to position Djibouti as a leading player in Africa's space and technological sector. This second launch underscores Djibouti's commitment to harnessing space technology to promote sustainable development and improve the well-being of its population. To commemorate the launch of this nanosatellite Djibouti 1B, the Minister of Higher Education organized a live broadcast of this landmark event on a large screen set up in the central square of the capital. This initiative attracted an enthusiastic crowd with hundreds of Djiboutians gathered to witness this historic moment in real time. The atmosphere was electric, punctuated by applause and cheers of encouraging as the countdown continued. This event transcended a mere broadcast, becoming a true moment of national unity. This popular gathering not only illustrates the growing interest of Djibouti in space technology, but also highlights a sense of unity and belonging to a nation undergoing transformation. The event also emphasized the importance of education and raising awareness about science and technology among Djiboutian youth. By facilitating this broadcast, the Ministry of Higher Education encouraged young people to take a greater interest in scientific fields, paving the way for future generation of innovators and researchers. On Thursday, December 19, the President of the Republic of Equatorial Guinea, His Excellency Teodoro Obiang Nguema, granted an audience to Mustafa Mohamed Mahmoud, Special Envoy of his Djiboutian counterpart, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh. The Republic of Djibouti is seeking to support the support of Equatorial Guinea to secure the presidency of the African Union Commission. This was the main subject of their conversation, which was attended by Simeon Euyono Esono, Minister of Foreign Affairs. The Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation of Djibouti, Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, is Djibouti's candidate for the presidency of the African Union Commission. To win, he will face competition from the former Prime Minister of Kenya, Raila Amolo Odinga, and the former Chancellor of Madagascar, Mr. Richard. You know, there will, as you know, there will soon be election within the African Union Commission, and the president of the Equatorial Guinea has a significant influence on our continent, said the minister. He also added that the president of the Equatorial Guinea has significant influence in our continent. That is why we need your support to win. Mr. Mustafa Mohamed stated to the press, emphasizing the crucial role that Equatorial Guinea's backing will play and ensuring Djibouti's success in securing the position. He further highlighted the importance of a strong regional solidarity in advancing the candidacy of Mohamed Ali Yusuf, Djibouti's nominee for the presidency of the African Union Commission. And for the international news, I said on the title, the UN Security Council has extended the mandate of MONUSCO in the Democratic Republic of Congo for one more year, keeping over 10,000 peacekeepers in the country until December 2025. This decision follows a request from the Congolese authorities, although the ongoing crisis with the M23 rebels, particularly in the North Kivu and Ituru, has led to the suspension of the planned withdrawal in this region. A planned orderly withdrawal is yet to be defined, with the objective of concentrating the presence of MONUSCO in the most unstable areas in DRC. This is it for this news edition, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for staying with us. Stay tuned for more on RTD.